Firstly, welcome, and really a very warm welcome. Thank you for your applause for the people of Gaza, the people who are working in UNRWA. I mean, really, we are here in the midst of a very civilized population who are driven by this man-made policy into a state of destitution and an uncivilized circumstance, but they have not, as you all know, lost their attachment to civilized behavior, civilized belief, a civilized outlook. Your coming here is a tremendous motivation for them to continue to believe that there is a way out of this. What you have all been doing in terms of your support, your activism for truth and justice, and that is what it's about. It's not about bringing food, medicine, or other aid to Gaza in the first instance. It is about truth and justice. The people here are very much focused on that, and they're living with the consequences of propaganda as the alternative to truth, and of course phenomenal injustice in every aspect of their lives. So that's what we are focused on. We are, as I say, motivated. You bring with you, humanity. We of course cling to that, but your physical coming here is evidence that in the outside world there is humanity, there is an activism for legality, which is the foundation for justice. I mean, that's how we define ourselves as civilized human beings, when we measure our behavior, when we measure our actions against the rule of law, the universality of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and so on and so forth, through international humanitarian law and all the other wonderful conventions out there. That's how we define ourselves, not in terms of rhetoric or something else. Action must be measured against that. And again, you're coming here into this terrible circumstance where decent, civilized people are trapped and are actually then not getting the basic fundamental human rights that they are entitled to. They shouldn't have to beg for it, as we've said so many times before. It should be upheld not just by their political leaders or the political leaders in Israel, but also by the international community. We cannot be passive bystanders to the situation which continues to prevail here. There has to be effective action taken, and again, that's absent from this equation. We've heard a lot of very welcome statements from very significant people, but that has not followed through in terms of action to change the circumstance. The circumstance here continues to go in the wrong direction. That does not mean that we are without hope. Hope begins with the people. As long as the people here are minded and behaving in the way that they are minded and behaving, then we have hope for that civilized behavior and standards will ultimately prevail. Of course, we are losing this effort. We have to acknowledge that. There's more extremism in Gaza today than there was 2 months ago. That's a fact, and it's inevitable. But the overwhelming vast majority of people here are, notwithstanding their circumstances, notwithstanding the terrible provocative nature of those circumstances, they are resisting extremism. They're resisting giving in to the ideology of extremists, but we must live up to our responsibility, all of us. You certainly are doing something which is tremendously helpful by physically coming here, first and foremost to bear witness to the truth, and decipher that from the propaganda, the rhetoric and so on, and also to connect with the people here in a humane and human way, which gives them realistic basis. I mean, that's what we're searching for every day here. Realistic basis to hope that there is going to be a way out of all of this. We cannot just rely on the idealism. We have to be able to point to some practical things that give basis for concrete hope. And certainly I cannot say enough positively about your coming here, and also the encouragement to all others to come. Come, do not be afraid to meet the truth of today's reality in Gaza. You're getting the briefings. I don't propose to go through the long catalogue of how bewilderingly difficult it is for just ordinary people, whether it's to get paper in to teach the children in the schools, to getting the thousands of tons of aid that have been generously donated out of the warehouses in Al Arish in Egypt and elsewhere, and in here to the poor people who absolutely need it. To connect the aid with the people is a challenge that we're also not succeeding to do because of the policy of the closure and just the one crossing point being open for supplies of food and medicine and other so-called humanitarian supplies, not to talk about, of course, all the other needs that are here to restore people to a dignified existence, whether it's in terms of a livelihood or any of the other fundamental rights that they actually have. But my message, of course, is that all is not lost because of the people that are here in Gaza, because of people such as yourselves, and not least yourselves, to come in such a large group, to be here and to engage with the people, and together I am quite certain that truth and justice will, as it always does, inevitably, notwithstanding the tragedies that occur in the intervening period, and we are living through a tragic period here, it will ultimately prevail, and that's our fundamental belief, and our commitment is, like you, to do everything that we can in the meantime to actually bring that to fruition. So thank you sincerely once again.